So what's your favourite movie that features a president then?
It's got to be White House Down.
Yep.
For that one clip. Put it in. The presidential limo, sometimes known as Cadillac One, and also sometimes known as, more awesomely, the Beast, is the closest you'll get to a road-legal tank. Largely indestructible as far as conventional weaponry is concerned, the presidential limo is hardened to everything short of a nuclear blast. It is also full of shotguns.
As the Beast protects the president, I bet we don't know too much about it.
We don't know because it was designed in complete secrecy under the direct supervision of the Secret Service to ensure it meets their exacting, standards of safety.
Yeah.
We do, however, know a few tidbits that have leaked out over the years, and if those are to be believed, which there's no reason for them not to be, it is one of the singular most advanced vehicles on the road, anywhere in the world. Seriously, we're going to talk about in a moment. This thing is unreal. It is just crazy how much crap is crammed into this thing. But suffice to say, it's arguably one of the most advanced vehicles on the road at the moment. It's also pretty nippy.
Yeah.
Because despite the fact it's weighed down with about 8 tons of armour plating, which we'll discuss in a moment, it could theoretically beat a jet fighter in a drag race if you took that off, because the engine inside it is so fucking powerful to move that much car.
Yeah.
And they've said that, if we ever actually decide to put the foot down in this thing, and it was a bit less laden with all the crap we have to have on board, which again we'll discuss in a moment, we could beat a Ferrari driven by a cheetah, in terms of flat out speed.
I just like the idea, when you see it on Facebook and all that, where it goes viral of a policeman joining in a little bike race.
Yeah.
And all that. I just want to see on the streets just some drag race and
presidential limo just walks up.
Just winds the window down all right boys.
See, I don't think we're going to get that because it's Trump. But I do think Obama might have done that. That seems like the kind of thing he'd do. But my favourite thing about the Beast though is it's so advanced, it can stop all this. But do you remember what happened when it came to the UK? The one thing they never anticipated.
Oh, God, yeah, what was it?
It was the speed bump.
Yeah, that's
because
it.
A sleeping policeman, because speed bumps aren't really a thing in the United States. Yeah. And when the presidential, the Beast, it came to the UK, it just got stuck on a fucking speed bump.
I remember that.
Because it weighs 8 ton, no one could move it. So by design, you're not a bit so stop people from coming up and picking it up and driving it away.
Just with President sat there.
I think Obama had to get out and get to another car. So he just got out and was like, what the fuck am I supposed to? I'm stuck. It's hardened against almost every conceivable threat, but it's stopped by a single speed bump. And it just reminds me of that meme, and it's what would win? The most advanced vehicle known to man, or just one humpy boy?
Humpy boy.
What would you call it? just one roundy boy? What?
Every time I go over one now, I'm just going to think, that's a humpy boy.
I don't know what else you call it. Anyway, let's continue.
So you said it weighs, just shy of 10 tons.
Yes.
What is it that causes it to be that heavy?
Well, as we mentioned, it's the bulk of that weight comes from armour plating, which is inserted into every part of the car's bodywork, making it, and I quote, completely bulletproof.
Because I think I've read something, the tyres covered in Kevlar.
Yes, because when I say completely bulletproof, I mean completely bulletproof, because every single part of the car is bulletproof, including the windows and the tyres. And the window is strong enough to survive a 50 cal round shot straight at it, and so are the tyres. But in the event the tyres are punctured, even though they're hardened to both stabbing and being shot at, they are designed to run without any air in them anyway.
What?
So even in the event you manage to pop one of the tyres, the car can still drive without them, and I think they can even re-inflate if the need arises, because they're made of Kevlar, I think.
Yeah.
The exact composition of which is a closely guarded secret, but just think about that. You could shoot at this thing all day with a machine gun, and it just would not do anything to it. That's crazy to think about, isn't it?
I'd just be shitting myself about the recoil when it bounces off the tyres and back at you.
It's just insane to think. I won't be surprised if it has an overshield from Halo on it.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking... I am not kidding when I say you could stand there a few feet away and just open up on it with a 50 cal machine gun, and it wouldn't do anything to it.
I just like how, bearing in mind this is the most protected car, you can't do anything to it.
Yes.
Still, when it drives, it goes at 3 miles an hour, and then you've got all the people just walking at the side of it.
Well, that's what I mean. They're also an additional layer of security, and I think the closest we're ever going to get to seeing how indestructible it is in the film White House Down, where it's just Jamie Foxx president and Channing Tatum are in it, and just every bullet in the world is being fired at it at once, and they're just driving around like it's no big deal. That's one of my favourite scenes, because they're just sat inside it, like having a casual conversation while driving at 100 miles an hour while just getting shot at from just like a 360 angle. It's crazy.
I just remembered that film coming out there because my mum read online, they did this advertising campaign where it said the White House is under siege.
Oh yeah.
And then my mum came bollocking it up the stairs to me. She's like, Adam, Obama's in trouble. And I'm like, what? I looked at it, I just went, it's a fucking film.
Oh, man, the thing I don't like about White House Down is it came out at the same time as Olympus Has Fallen, which is the exact same plot. It's like the shit's going down at the White House. And Olympus Has Fallen has had 2 sequels, but White House Down hasn't had one. And it annoys me more because, 1, Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx had amazing chemistry. Yeah. And 2, that film was supposed to be like a Die Hard film. Because I think the script originally started life as like a Die Hard film that just never got used. Like, John McClane saves the president. And they even have like a little nod to that in the fact that by the end of the film, what is Channing Tatum wearing? He's wearing a white vest when he's just covered in scratches and bullet wounds. It's like, oh, it's so good. But no, fuck it. We just have Gerard Butler just knife fighting people, I guess.
Yeah.
That's cool.
White House Down.
Oh, it's so much better. What's your favourite moment in White House Down?
I think it's the one that you might have alluded to at the start.
Okay.
Which is the bit where they've got Channing Tatum, holding him.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that, but I was talking about the bit where he gets hit on the head with a rocket launcher. Oh, yeah. It's like, will you not hit me in the head with a fucking rocket launcher?
But it's that video and they've got Channing Tatum. And then he's like, Jamie Foxx is there, like the president has to save him.
Oh, yeah.
And he puts the glasses on.
Yeah, he pulls a gun out and then puts his... Like, are you fucking serious right now? There's just so many good moments in that film. I love how Jamie Foxx is supposed to be like, oh yeah, I'm a non-violent president. And by the end of the film, he's just firing rocket launchers out window. He's just Grand Theft Auto in his way across the world.
Oh, that's a president I could get behind.
Oh, I'd vote for that. I'd vote for any president during his re-election campaign. Just said, here's the montage of me firing rocket launchers on the White House lawn to defend us from terrorists.
Isn't The Rock thinking about running for president?
I don't know. Let's not discuss that. Getting back to the Beast, along with being immune to conventional threats like guns and angry people with baseball bats, the entire car is also hermetically sealed, meaning that in the event of a chemical attack, the president can just sit staring out of the window, breathing lungfuls of non-toxic air as everyone outside chokes to death.
So you're telling me that the windows don't open then?
Of course they don't. Well, that's the most glaring weak point ever. I think the only window on the Beast that can open is the one on the driver's side, like the one for the driver.
Yeah.
So they can pay at toll booths. Which cracks me up, which means the president has to pay toll booth fees.
That's what I was just thinking, why would the president have to pay?
Just imagine being he pulls up, the entire entourage behind him, and the guy's, oh, I've got no fucking change. And he goes, oh, sorry, you can't come through. Because the president's in the back. All right, and prove it. Open up the door, we can't. I don't believe you then. It's like, look at this thing. Look at the 500 Secret Service. It's like, no, man, I'm doing my fucking job, you're not getting through.
That man deserves a pay rise.
Deserves a pay rise. He'll get a pay rise just before, the Secret Service sniper just gets him in the neck.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We're not done yet because the car is also equipped with night vision technology, meaning it can drive without headlights on in pitch black conditions. And its gas tank is also completely hardened against all possible threats, including bombs. But in the event that a bomb does somehow, damage the gas tank, it is designed to automatically fill up with foam to stop it catching on fire and exploding.
Jesus.
And that just reminds me of that thing from Demolition Man. Do you know the foam car?
I've not seen it.
There was a bit in Demolition Man where he crashes a car and it just immediately fills with foam. And just you just see Sylvester Stallone just stuck in all his foam going, what the fuck is this? Just can't move. It's like the evolution of the airbag, he's just giant foam.
Foam boy.
Oh, man, it's so good. How do you defeat that?
So there must be some more safety features then.
Well, of course there are, 'cause it wouldn't be a fact-themed video about those stupid little details. And in addition to being basically immune to all forms of conventional damage, the inside of the Beast, it has a fridge in it. What's the fridge for?
Beer.
Well, they've got one in for beer and drinks and things like that for when the president's entertaining guests. But they've also got another special fridge that is full of the president's blood. In the event that he gets injured, a full medical suite in case he needs to be performed, and as well anti-venom in case I guess someone might sneak a snake up the exhaust or something. But in addition to all of that, you can't even get into the Beast because there's no keys. why would you need a key? Because a key can be stolen, a key can be copied. It's a special series of finger motions underneath the door handle.
Oh, really?
Known only to the Secret Service, like, personnel, like tasked with protecting the president. So even if you manage to get past everything, you manage to get the beast to a secure location. So, I'm going to get in. Ow.
Yeah.
Like, there's no key, there's no door.
Jesus. So the title of this article is about shotguns. Like, where do they come in?
Yeah. So in addition to all that other bullshit I've mentioned, there is supposedly a hidden cache of weapons inside of the beast that can be used in an emergency by the people protecting the president. And I guess in Jamie Foxx's case, the president himself, which includes like machine guns and other small arms, and apparently even a rocket launcher, which means that scene in White House Down is not without precedent.
Imagine if we just turn the news on tomorrow and Trump's there knocking people head with a rocket launch.
I won't put it past him.
Well, no, to be fair, that sounds pretty plausible.
Was that like tweet someone put out, like, aliens aren't real? Because if they were, Donald Trump would shut the fuck up about it. And that's really depressing. But anyway, like, in addition to all of that, there's also apparently a grenade launcher, which shoots smoke grenades, which obviously can be used to, hide the beast, even though it weighs like 9 fucking ton. And also apparently stops rocket launchers from locking on.
Yeah.
So if they detect, oh no, someone's locking onto the beast, this completely indestructible vehicle with like some sort of homing rocket, we're just going to deploy anti-rocket launcher smoke grenades and all that bullshit. And then on top of all of this, there is also, for some inexplicable reason, a bunch of pump-action shotguns. I don't know why they have these, and 'cause obviously it's not been explained, but I guess that's for as a last resort. Because they said that all the weapons inside the car are there as a last resort in case someone manages to bypass every other layer of security on the vehicle and get the door open somehow. They'll just be faced with a guy with a shotgun at point-blank range. It's like, what? And at this point, I'm starting to think, why?
Yeah.
It's not even that neat. Like, the shotgun just seems like overkill at that point. Like, I feel so bad for anyone who managed to bypass every single extra layer of security around that thing. Gets to the thing, gets through the door, gets the thing, opens it up, and just like someone sat there with a shotgun, like it's Grand Theft Auto 4, and it's the policeman who hide around the corner in a low health. Like, do you know when you try and get a hot dog? Oh, I'm on no health, I need a hot dog, and a policeman just comes out. Boom! Fucking hell,
I mean,
man.
in Britain, like, we've got a company called Loomis who deal with like moving money around.
Yes.
And then I've seen it once, like they've got them secure trucks.
Yes.
Or on Grand Theft Auto, they're called Group Sex.
Yeah, that's the one. You gotta have it.
And I've seen one like pull up, and the guy went into like GT News, and then all of a sudden these like vans started saying, "Please ring the police, agent under attack." And I'm just like looking inside GT News, like, seems pretty all right. But then people are just like, get the phones out. I'm like, don't ring the police.
It's like, what's going on? Like, those things are apparently like really tough to get into.
Yeah.
But I just don't, like the beast. It's just on another level, isn't it?
Yeah.
To me, it all just seems like overkill. But I guess the Secret Service knows better, and they apparently do need shotguns to protect a rocket launcher-proof 10-ton car. Can we just talk for a moment about like the Obama presidency? And nothing about it specifically, but just how it interacted with movies. Because there was that really awkward period at the start of the presidency where, like, any TV show or film that had the president in it, like, had to make the choice between casting, like they'd always done before, like an old white guy or a black guy. And I liked how you could always tell which shows didn't think he was going to win based on whether or not they got a black president.
Yeah.
It's like, because obviously we said White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen, each featuring a black president. And I'm just now thinking, like, would those films work if Donald Trump was in office?
Well, there haven't been any, have there?
Like, would Olympus Has Fallen or White House Down work if the president they were protecting was Donald Trump? Because Jamie Foxx president in that movie is very obviously based in part on Barack Obama because he's black.
Yeah.
And like, why else would he be black if it wasn't Barack Obama? And I'm just thinking, if that film came out now, who the fuck would they even cast to play, like, like a fictionalized version of Donald Trump?
Jesus,
and also as well, do you think like Channing Tatum in that film would even want to help him?
He just withdraws.
That's what I'm thinking. Would you? Would Channing Tatum in that movie, if it was made today, be like, "No, fuck it, we can deal with it on his own"? It's like, what the fuck? It's just so bad in it. There's so many moments in that film that if you just put just like a fictionalized version of Donald Trump in them, you're like, why would that be happening? He'd never do that. Because if that film happened in real life, I could see Barack Obama like leaning out of like, Cadillac One with a rocket launcher and firing it at something. But I can't see Donald Trump doing that, can you?
No. I mean, when Barack Obama got hired as president, you know what I mean, voted as
Voted in as president.
Just hired. Come on. Didn't he, like, one of his first things to do was, like, go to Burger King or something like that?
No, that's what Donald Trump probably did. I know the first thing Barack Obama did, to my knowledge, is he called up, and this is fucking true, he called up Denzel Washington and asked him if he wanted to play basketball. And Denzel Washington's like, well, when the president calls you to play basketball, you've got to say yes. And I think there's an interview asking, well, did you go easy on him? No, fucking hell, I didn't. No, I don't care if he's the president.
Denzel would be a good president.
Oh, man. He play a good, like, Barack Obama era, black president. But, like, I just don't know what they're going to do. It's probably why, maybe that's why he not got a sequel.
I just don't think there will be one because, like, everyone is going to associate it with Donald Trump. They'll just look at it and go, that's Donald Trump.
Yeah. And it's like nothing he's going to do is going to come across as realistic. And I say realistic saying that we had Channing Tatum with a rocket launch. But it's just, I just can't see it. And I think it'd be so funny if they tried. Or what they should do is release another one and just say that like, Jamie Foxx is still the president. And just have like a thing say, yeah, we had this other guy who came in and he was here for like 3 weeks and he was sucked ass. So we brought Jamie Foxx back.
I'd fucking love it if Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx watch this and went, yes, we need a remake.
We need to do it, man. Well, I want it to be like when they made Bad Boys 3.
Yeah.
Where it was just like on Twitter one day, Will Smith just messaged Martin Lawrence and went, do you want to make Bad Boys 3?
Yeah.
And Martin Lawrence got up off his sofa and went, okay.